And remember when Clayton took a wrong turn on the bike here at the Fox Studios last spring? Remember this one? Well, it's a good example of what not to do on two wheels. But we've got a professional live on the plaza who has some tips on teaching your kids how to ride a bike. Look at Clayton right there. Is that live right now? No, that was before. Here is what is live going on the plaza. A bunch of kids out on their bikes. We'll tell you about it when we come back. Alrighty, we got to go over to Clayton now. Clayton, what's going on?
We are out here riding some bikes this morning, guys. As adults, we always say it's just like riding a bike, right? It sounds easy, but teaching your kids can be a lot more stressful than it sounds. We're about to go through this in my house, and luckily there are some ways to make it all go smoothly. Do you remember this video of me? This was me trying to ride the bike down the hallway here at Fox and Friends last year. I sort of looked like Pee Wee Herman. Melisa Fluhr is here to show us more about this. Melissa, watch my technique as I go down the steps. Do I look? Is this a mistake? Yeah, that's
you can
not a
work
smart
on the
move.
balance of it, right?
Yeah, and I look worse than these kids do out here. Melisa Fluhr is here to show us more about how to actually teach our kids how to ride a bike. Nice to see you,
Right,
Melissa.
thank you. It's a beautiful day to get out and ride a bike, and riding a bike with a family is the best thing you can do. It's inexpensive, it creates family bonding, and the key is to get the kids on the bike as early as possible, starting at 2 years old.
2 years old. Okay,
2.
so we've been waiting then. My son is 3, so we're going to start, I guess, today. So look at these bikes out here. We got some shots. A lot of these kids are on bikes with no training wheels, and these are sort of balance bikes from First Bike?
Exactly. So First Bike creates these amazing balance bikes where they can start as early, even as 22 months. And so with these bikes here, you want to look for safety features when your kid's starting off. And the key is you want their soles of the ground, or their feet on the ground, their knees bent, and they can balance.
So like this little kid here in a little red helmet, he's able to stand right on the bike.
Right.
And even the larger size, you'd be able to have your feet right on the ground.
Well, the key is for these balance bikes, the kids start pushing off, and within a couple of hours, their feet will be off the ground and they'll be balancing.
Okay, in fact, one of the little girls, I think the girl over here in a tiger helmet, I don't
Right.
even know.
Lila.
It's hard to keep track. She couldn't ride a bike. She couldn't even balance on this about an hour ago before we started the show.
Within 2 hours, she started riding this bike, balancing, and then jumped to a real bike. She borrowed her brother's bike.
For the first time. So no training wheels for months and
No
months.
training wheels. Now, the problem with training wheels is that parents focus on the pedals, and that's counterintuitive. Biking is all about the balance. So you want the kids to learn to balance, and it happens very quickly. But you want some key safety features when purchasing a balanced bike.
Okay, so we got the soles of the feet. What else do we need to be aware of?
You want air in the tires for shock absorption. You want a horse-shaped saddle. You also want...
Why do you want a horse, you said horn-shaped saddle?
Horse-shaped. So basically you want the kids to be firmly planted on the saddle like a real bike saddle.
Okay.
Also you want the handles. So you don't want the bike to turn all the way around. Do you see this? It doesn't... Remember
Stops.
the bike?
Right. You'd fly off and smash your head.
Exactly.
That
And the key is the brake. So this bike has a rear brake. So at 2, the kids are going pretty slowly, but by the time they're 3, 4, 5, they're speeding along, and they need to use this brake. It'll get them to the next level, to the real bicycle, a bit later.
These are incredible bikes, and how affordable are these? These are called First Bike.
First Bike, they retail starting at $129, and they're incredibly durable, and most of all, they're light. These are 8 pounds.
Do they hold 175 pounds?
You know, they absolutely could. And let me show you something else. You can actually stand on this bike. Totally
stand
durable.
on it?
Stand it. So if you can put it on the ground, feel free to jump on it. It's not going to break. There you go. Indestructible.
Look at that,
And it's
Tucker,
weatherproof.
Heather. I mean, I broke so many bikes growing up. This thing is great. All right, guys. Thanks, Melissa. We appreciate it. Some great tips.
Thank you.
Come on, kids. Let's go.
Whoa, be careful there, Clayton.
Pee Wee Herman.
Hope you win.
I think riding a bike is hard.
It's just like riding. It's just like riding a bike.
Just to be, I'm all over the place.